In the heart of a lush forest, nestled amidst towering trees and winding streams, lay a quaint village known as Olufemi. Here, amidst the simple cottages and bustling marketplace, lived a couple named Abeni and Ode. They were known far and wide for their kindness and generosity, but their hearts ached with longing for a child of their own. For years, they had prayed to the gods for a child to fill their home with laughter and joy, but their prayers had gone unanswered. Each passing day only seemed to deepen their sorrow, leaving them with hearts heavy with unspoken longing. But fate works in mysterious ways, and on one fateful day, as Abeni made her way back from the farm, her eyes caught sight of something extraordinary amidst the trees. There, cradled in a bed of leaves, lay a baby girl, her eyes as bright as the morning sun. Overwhelmed with joy and disbelief, Abeni scooped the child into her arms, her heart swelling with newfound hope. Rushing home to her husband, she broke the news to him with tears of joy streaming down her cheeks. Together, they embraced the child as their own, naming her Adejua, which means joy has come in their native tongue. Adejua since childhood loved to play with animals, and she smiled at the presence of nature. She loved to follow Abeni, her mother, to farm. Unbeknownst to Abeni, the child she had found was no ordinary infant. She was the daughter of a forest goddess queen, placed there by a wicked rival in a bid to conceal her existence and thwart her divine destiny. As the years passed, the child, named Adejua, grew into a remarkable young woman, her beauty and grace unparalleled in the eyes of all who beheld her. Her presence seemed to cast a spell over the village, filling the hearts of its inhabitants with wonder and awe. With each passing day, she seemed to shine brighter, her laughter like music and her smile like the sun breaking through the clouds after a storm. Blessed with otherworldly beauty and a gentle spirit, she possessed a rare gift, the ability to hear the voices of animals and communicate with them as if they were kin. She has the ability to control animals. But amidst the whispers and murmurs of admiration, there were those who viewed Adejua with suspicion and fear. They whispered tales of her supposed witchery and otherworldly origins, shunning her as an outcast and a pariah. Too beautiful, too quiet, too different, she was an enigma in their midst, a creature of mystery and suspicion. Anytime Adejua heard birds gossiping about humans, she giggled, and this made suspicion even grew higher about her. Yet, despite the scorn and ridicule heaped upon her, Adejua remained undaunted, her spirit unbroken by the cruelty of those who sought to tear her down. For her true friends are the birds that wakes her up in the morning and gossip together. For she knew that deep within her lay a power unlike any other, a power that had been bestowed upon her by the forest goddess queen herself. With each passing day, she felt the strength of that power grow within her, filling her with a sense of purpose and determination. As Adejua grew older, she found herself drawn to the forest that had been her home since infancy. There, amidst the rustling leaves and murmuring streams, she finds comfort. She would have dreams about being with some people. The birds in the forest keeps protecting her and followed her around. She can talk to wild animals. She found solace and companionship in the creatures of the wild, who spoke to her in a language known only to the heart. But as the years passed, Adejua's curiosity about her true origins began to gnaw at her heart. She longed to know the truth of her identity, to understand why she felt so different from those around her. She wants to know the secret behind her ability, for she knew a mere mortal can't have these abilities. So one day she decided to confront her mother Abeni about her origin, but Abeni won't tell her, for she feared losing her only daughter Adejua. With each step, she felt the weight of her doubts and insecurities fall away, replaced by a sense of purpose and determination. The forest called to her with sweet melodies, guiding her along a path that would lead her to the truth she so desperately sought. One moonlit night, as the forest whispered secrets of ages past, Adejua made a fateful decision. With a heavy heart and a determined spirit, she set out on a journey to uncover the secrets of her past and unlock the mysteries of her destiny. Venturing deep into the heart of the forest, Adejua followed the moonlit path that wound its way through the ancient trees, her senses alive with anticipation. With each step, she felt the weight of her doubts and fears fall away, replaced by a sense of purpose and determination. After days of wandering through the dense undergrowth and tangled vines, Adejua stumbled upon a hidden clearing bathed in the soft glow of the moonlight. There, at the center of the clearing, stood a small stone gate, its weathered surface adorned with symbols of ancient power. With trembling hands, Adejua pushed open the gate and stepped into the unknown, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and excitement. As she crossed the threshold, she felt a strange tingling sensation wash over her, as though she were being welcomed into a realm beyond the limits of mortal understanding. Before her stretched a vast expanse of rolling hills and verdant meadows, where a magnificent palace loomed in the distance, its spires reaching towards the heavens like fingers of light. But as Adejua approached the palace, she was met with suspicion and hostility by its inhabitants, who saw her as nothing more than a mortal intruder in their midst. Accused of trespassing on sacred ground, Adejua was swiftly imprisoned, her fate hanging in the balance as she awaited her impending doom. As the day of Adejua's crucifixion drew near, the forest goddess queen herself intervened, her eyes alight with recognition as she beheld the mark of her lineage upon Adejua's forehead. With a single word, she stayed the hands of her subjects, revealing the truth of Adejua's divine heritage to all who would listen. With her true identity revealed, Adejua was welcomed into the palace with open arms, her tattered garments replaced with robes of silk and gold. Yet, despite the luxury that surrounded her, Adejua's heart remained heavy with longing for the mother she had left behind in the village, and she begged the forest goddess queen to allow her stay with her mortal family. With a wave of her hand, the forest goddess queen granted Adejua the power to return to her mortal home, her heart heavy with both sorrow and anticipation. As she stepped through the portal that would carry her back to the village, Adejua felt a sense of longing wash over her, mingled with the joy of reuniting with her mother once more. Back in the village of Olufemi, Abeni waited with bated breath for the return of her beloved daughter. When Adejua finally appeared before her, radiant with the light of her newfound knowledge and power, Abeni's heart swelled with pride and joy. Together, mother and daughter shared a tearful reunion, their embrace a testament to the unbreakable bond that had endured despite the trials and tribulations they had faced. And as they stood together beneath the canopy of stars, surrounded by the love of their friends and neighbors, Adejua knew that she had finally found her true home. In the years that followed, Adejua became a beacon of hope and inspiration to all who knew her, her kindness and compassion touching the hearts of those she encountered. And though her adventures in the forest had come to an end, the memory of her journey lived on in the hearts of all who had been touched by her grace and beauty. As for Abeni and Ode, they watched with pride as their daughter blossomed into a woman of strength and courage, her spirit as boundless as the sky itself. And though their lives were filled with challenges and obstacles, they faced each day with a renewed sense of hope and determination, secure in the knowledge that their family was bound together by a love that could withstand even the greatest of trials.